So for years now, I've been known as a dividend investor, hence the name of the channel, the Dividend Nomad. For a long time, most of my content has been focused on income and cash flow and just building a portfolio that supports freedom from a 9 to 5 and things like that. But recently I made a decision that probably surprised a lot of people, and that was starting a growth portfolio. And not because I've given up on dividend investing. I've never given up on dividend investing. And it's not because I suddenly think growth is better than dividend investing. It's just that I realized something very important that I think a lot of dividend investors are missing, especially those dividend investors in like the high yield investing space or high yield dividend space. In this video, I'm going to explain to you why I started this portfolio and what I'm buying and why most dividend investors probably won't do what I do. So we're going to talk about all that stuff today. So first thing is, when I first started this channel and was talking about dividend investing, a lot of people who didn't know me or had never seen my channel before came over and they basically commented what I was doing was stupid and why not just invest for growth and just keep investing for growth instead of these trash dividend ETFs and stuff like that. And so that naturally led me to the question, why not invest in growth? Why am I not doing that? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying investing for income is bad, not at all. Actually, I think the exact opposite of that, because investing for income actually pays my bills. All right, I live in a cheap country and I make enough money out of my dividend portfolio to live free from a 9 to 5. And to do that, you need income now, especially if you're not a millionaire. You can't just, grow your portfolios to such an amount. You can sell off shares to live now, especially at a young age. And having that income coming in now each and every month creates flexibility, options, and freedom in my life, right? So income investing for me is a must because I don't want to go work a 40-hour week full-time job or some crap like that. But the problem that I saw is a lot of investors act like growth and income are enemies. Like I don't understand why it is. For some reason, they think that I can invest in growth, but I shouldn't be investing in dividends, or vice versa. A lot of the people in the high yield dividend space, they only want something that pays dividends and they don't invest for growth at all. They act like it's just absurd. Now, I don't think they have to be enemies, and I don't think they should be enemies. Actually, I think they should coexist. And no matter what your style is, I think we should be doing both. Now, for me, in my growth portfolio, I do mine slightly different than what I see other people doing. I don't know if it's just me or what, but for me, if I have one portfolio that has income now for living and then growth and all this other stuff, it just really confuses me and I can't can I say that? How do you say that? Compartmentalize that in my mind. I can't separate that in my mind. It's all cluttered up. So I started separate portfolios because for me, it's easier to open this portfolio and see, okay, this portfolio is my income portfolio and its main job is to produce income and nothing else. It just helps me keep focused on that goal. And then this portfolio is for growth. And I know don't need to buy income here and all this and that because I have it going over there. The main focus of this is to grow my wealth for in the future. And then over here, I have a retirement portfolio and his goal is retirement. I keep them all separate because it's just easier for me to open it up and stay focused on that goal and not get distracted by noise and so many different things going on in one portfolio. That's why I have several different brokerage accounts and separate everything and things like that. And I just share all that journey here with you guys so you guys can see, how I think about that. And I always do it with transparency. I'll show you guys all the losses, all the wins, whether they're bad, they're good, whether it's a stupid mistake, because, we all got to start somewhere, right? And hopefully you guys can learn from some of the mistakes that I made and that I share with you guys. So for me, separating those really helps me, separate the goal without having my mind all messy and cluttered and distracted and things like that. So anyway, now that you know that, really quick, I'll show you what I have in my growth portfolio. This is a brand new portfolio, by the way. Let me record the screen for you though. 3, 2, 1, bam. So I keep this portfolio inside of Webull. I'll refresh it for you. Okay, so you can see right now, this portfolio is only valued at $6,480. Now this is a brand new thing I just started, so we don't have a large value here. So really quickly, at the top here, you can see I have QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100. Okay, now this is just basically the 100 best tech stocks in the stock market. And instead of trying to stock pick this and stock pick that, just buy 100 of the best. These are like the top tech stocks in the entire stock market, and their growth potential is huge. And this is where my main focus is for this portfolio, is QQQ. And then if we look down here, you can see I have RDW, which is a single stock. This is just my speculative growth, or say, let's call this a play stock. I chose one stock just to play with, just for myself, so I can have a little bit of fun and not be so bored. This isn't for everybody. I don't think everybody should do that. But for me, like, I would just get bored easily. And so this is just my fun portion of the portfolio. And this is a very, very, very tiny slice of the portfolio. I wouldn't recommend doing single stock picking and put a bunch of money in there and things like that. Actually, I wouldn't recommend anybody even buy single stocks unless you have a whole lot of money. But this is just to keep my mind, to not be so bored. So anyway, the next one I have here is NASA. Now this is an ETF based on the space industry. And this is also a smaller portion of my portfolio, but not as small as a single stock portion, but this is obviously a sector. This is the space sector. And I believe with the SpaceX IPO coming soon, and I believe in the future, space is going to be kind of like the new AI. Like, so everybody says AI bubble, this and that. I think space is going to have this same type of potential growth for many years to come, because it's the future, colonizing Mars and doing all this and that. I think this is the future, so I decided to allocate a little bit of money here, but because I don't know which stocks are the best in this sector and all that kind of thing. This one already owns SpaceX, and it owns a lot of other, even though SpaceX isn't even public yet, they already own this. But there's a lot of other space stocks too that I don't know which ones have the best potential and all this and that. So just buy an ETF for the whole sector, and these stocks grow, all of them's going to go, and some of them might not be the winners of the sector, and others may be, and I don't know which ones those are. So I just bought the ETF to buy all of them. So that's what I did there, but that's, again, just a small portion of the portfolio. The biggest portion is going to be focused on NASDAQ, which is the biggest growth portion. And then lastly, you can see I do have SGov. This is just stability. This is where I keep extra cash for in case there's some market crash or something like that. I have money here that I can spend to buy more stocks when they're at a really good price, and also keep some extra living expenses and things like that here, because this stays $100 all the time, and it pays a monthly dividend as well. So it's just basically like earning like a high interest on my cash, and I can sell this just like that and have access to that cash. So it's a little bit better than keeping cash, because I'm getting like a 4% yield as opposed to getting like a 0.01 or 0.01% yield or something like that from the brokerage. So this is just where I keep the extra cash. And that's really it. It's really that simple. That's my growth portfolio. We have one big ETF that handles most of the growth. We have one speculative stock just for fun. And then we have another sector ETF that I think that sector might do well. But those are smaller portions of the portfolio. The biggest portion is the large growth ETF. And that's basically it. That's really how simple I like to keep things in the growth portfolio, especially something small when you don't have a lot of money. Once you get more money, you can start doing more single stock picking, or buying more things, right? But I would say keep it to 2, 3, 4 positions for a small portfolio. It's under $10,000. So anyway, I guess I end with this. I don't think investing is about choosing a side, right? You don't have to be a dividend investor or income investor or a growth investor. I think investing should be more about building a portfolio or several portfolios that support the life that you want to live. So for me, income is still probably the most important thing right now because I need that money now to live. But growth also still matters because I want to grow my wealth over the long term. And that's why this portfolio exists. So let me know in the comments below, how are you investing? Are you investing for income only? Are you investing for growth only? Are you investing for both? Do you separate those into separate accounts like me? Or am I the only crazy one who does that? Let me know in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you guys soon on the next video. Y'all take care.